Hello, hello. All right. Taurians, let's go ahead and take a look. We are going to see where this storyline takes us. Taurus, let's get down to it. We start out with the Six of Cups. We've got somebody that's engaging in the idea of soulmates, nostalgia, a feeling of connectedness to an individual, maybe to a lover, maybe to a friend. Ooh, but it's filled with thoughts of, if not remorse, missed opportunities, disappointments. I don't know yet if this is Taurus or somebody else because we don't actually have Taurus here. We only have water energy. Oof, Aquarius. Okay, someone is saying I remember how good it was with Taurus. I remember what it should have been like. I'm feeling like I missed out on this. Almost feels like somebody who's reflecting like years down the road and they're thinking back. Oh, that song's in my head again. When I Was Your Man, the one by Rod Stewart. Everything in my life seemed good and right. We got the Ace of Wands in the past. So there was love, there was passion, and it's like this was so good. How could this have slipped away? How did this slip away? I mean, if somebody's lamenting like the loss and in their memory, it's like the memory of Taurus is like even better than what it was when they were with Taurus, you know? I love you more than I did when you were mine. Prince come in. Ten of Wands. Why? How did they let it slip away? I don't know. This feels like maybe at that point in time when they were with Taurus or had access to Taurus, they were just distracted by their own, perceived flaws, failures, difficulties. Sometimes characters where there's not really a problem, they'll still imagine that there is, and then that becomes a thing that takes over. That's all they think about. Like, Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm feeling like somebody is saying I was so self-focused. Like I didn't really cherish the time I had with Taurus. I didn't really connect to Taurus. I was just so self-focused. It was all about me. It was all about my perceived problems. I wasn't giving properly to the connection. I just wasn't present with Taurus. But it was amazing. It was an amazing time of my life when I had Taurus in my life. This is one of those storylines where I don't even want to call this person an ex. This is like somebody from a long time ago. And it's possible that it wasn't. No, I do think that it was more romance because this is passion, unless it was like shared creativity. I mean, it could be somebody who's like, they were a good friend. They, had great collaboration with Taurus. It's like those were the best years of my life back when I was, hanging with Taurus, had time to spend with them, but I wasn't ever really present. And now time has passed and I'm looking back and I'm like, oh my God, that really was one of the best times of my entire life, is when Taurus was in my life. They long for these days. That's all I can say. Crowning their thoughts, what have we got? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. God, things have gone so far left. Things have gone, like a timeline jump has occurred. Life is different, feels different. They're in a different direction now. Nine of Pentacles. I mean, that's a single person's card, but that's somebody who's maybe reached a point. Three of Swords. Maybe they focused on things like finances and maybe they got those finances worked out, but what they don't have anymore is access to Taurus. It seems like they jumped timelines and they're in a whole different frame of mind and they're on a whole different level now. And it's very painful, actually. They made some big mistakes. They really did make some really huge mistakes with the way they handled life, with the way they handled everything with Taurus, with the way it's almost like if they chose money or the pursuit of finance over relationship, it's like all those times that I could have been present and I could have enjoyed my company with Taurus and I didn't. And now those are the things that I long for the most. They are a very long way away from Taurus in this story, from what I can tell. Actually, let me just ask that. Where is this person? Because my impression is that like Taurus is somebody way in their rearview mirror, like their life is taken on a whole different direction. Five of Wands and the Force card, which is Leo, which is strength. I kind of feel like Taurus has a happy, busy, crazy, fun-filled, eclectic group of people that they care about. I feel like, I mean, here we got people riding backwards on a weasel, like we've got a house party that is just madness. The police are there, but they're almost there for the party as well, even if they came to calm down the disturbing of the peace. This feels boisterous. It feels funny. Here we've got somebody like with a giant pet lion. Somebody else is kind of riding the lion. I don't know. All of this just feels like Taurus's life is a happy menagerie of light and color. We've got, I don't know if there's dress up parties, if there's, it feels like a circus, but like a happy, sometimes crazy circus. I don't know if Taurus still lives in like a small town or something with a good group of friends, or if they continue to like, I could picture this being a Taurus who's like involved in like lots and I feel like Taurus knows lots of people and their relationships are really meaningful to this Taurus. The fun that they have, the connections that they have, the boisterous like household full of people. If Taurus is involved in different projects, it could be lots of artistic individuals. Sometimes there's a little bit of, you know, a little bit of disturbing the peace or a little bit of a ruckus, but even that seems kind of good natured. I think Taurus believes in things, has some strong convictions, but I also think one of the things that they believe in is the right to party or the right to like, you know, like be artistic and be unique and not conform. This really feels like a Taurus who values experiences in life, connections in life. I feel like they have a huge amount of people that they know. Like this Taurus that we're describing, they just don't live a boring or dull life. That's just not who they are. That's not ever who they're going to be. They don't care to do things in a dull, boring way. Five of Cups and the Ten of Cups. I do think Taurus is like, you know, if they've, everybody loses people along the way, but I'm thinking that Taurus even celebrates, you know, has celebrations of life versus, you know, funerals. And even if somebody exits Taurus's life, you know, they're alive and well, but it's like, oh, I haven't seen this person in a long time. I realize that our friendships have taken us in different directions. I could so picture Taurus like keeping a memento, a little picture of them, a little shrine. And they're like, oh yeah, I celebrate the fact that I knew them. It's sad that they're not in my life anymore. I, you know, whatever, put a rose and light a candle for them here and there. But ultimately my life is really beautiful. And I hope theirs is too. It really feels like Taurus kind of, it's not that they don't miss somebody, but it's like Taurus held a little baby funeral in a very celebratory way for this person leaving their life. But this person is alive and well, right? It's just Taurus handles everything with like a certain panache, a certain, you know, like there's something here about Taurus where they really believe in like carpe diem. They really believe in, you know, being fully alive. You mourn people that are not going to, you know, you're not going to see them day to day because they're leaving your life. They're moving someplace else. They're doing whatever else they're going to do. But it makes you just live that much more brightly. And I kind of feel like that's how Taurus felt about this person exiting their life. My impression is that Taurus is a much more easygoing, celebrating life kind of person. And this first individual that we've been talking about, the one who misses all of that, it's like their life was better when they were with Taurus because it felt like Taurus's energy around them made them love their own life more. But they broke away to be like very serious, kind of stick in the mud, kind of like, you know, the pursuit of money and wealth was maybe more important. Stability instead of laughter, you know, organization and structure instead of like spontaneity and individuality. And this is not to say that, you know, Taurus somehow like has no structure in their life, but we definitely see them. Look, if I were going to pick who I want to be when I grow up, I'd rather be this Taurus. Somebody who's got a lot more fun, a lot more people that they know, a lot more interesting stories to tell, a lot more life experiences to, you know, talk about. All of that's more important to this Taurus than saying, I lived, and I made a lot of money. That's not going to be what Taurus's, you know, autobiography would contain. Taurus's autobiography would have to be a big, huge, thick, multi, you know, sequeled thing to just to be able to recount all the stories of all the people that they interacted with and stuff. That's the difference between the way Taurus lives their life and the way this person lives their life. Okay, in the upcoming future, since now we know that this person is really, I feel like they're realizing that they made the wrong turn. In the upcoming future, we have them sitting here now as a King of Pentacles. I'm sorry, but I believe this person's going to try to put themselves on Taurus's path so they can encounter Taurus again. I think, even though they seem far away from Taurus, we have the Lovers. They still hope that maybe somehow, some way, now that they've gone off so far down a different path that turned out to be pretty damn lonely and pretty damn dull, it seems like now they're kind of trying to make a U-turn in the upcoming future and hoping that maybe Taurus would welcome them back into the circus. I mean, I don't know. What might the outcome be? This is like what they're hoping for. We've got the Hierophant, there's Taurus, but we do have the Six of Cups sideways. I do think that Taurus understands that this person, you know, like, I don't think that Taurus wants him to be a tourist in their life. The Six of Cups is sideways, almost like Taurus is saying, look, that's awesome that you learned something from having been with me, but are we really soulmates, or is it that you're bored with where you're at now and you want to come be a tourist in my circus again? You know, there's still this, like, I think Taurus has this sense of wisdom. Like, I get it. They're thinking that they belong back in my life, but I'm kind of wondering what for. You know, are they a partner, or are they somebody who's just kind of like, I should look at them as somebody who wants to pop in? See, we still have that Nine of Pentacles, which is the card that they had back when they realized that they were heartbroken. It almost feels like Taurus is saying, I don't know that I want to put too much stock in this person, even though they say that they want to be with me and they even want to be lovers with me. I'm not sure that they aren't going to again revert to, you know what, Taurus, your colorful life is just too much for me, and I think I should, you know, withdraw again. It feels to me like Taurus is thinking about them as somebody who may pop in and out. They like to visit Taurus's life as a tourist, but they may not want to live in it. And it just kind of comes across like Taurus has that opinion, perhaps, or that is the concern here. The Tower in the reverse. You know what? Taurus might just allow this and be like, look, I'm not going to put any like real stock on them staying or going, or, you know, whatever they need to do is whatever they need to do. If they want to come back into my life, I guess they can do that, but I'm not probably going to assume that more is going to come of this. The message for Taurus is High Priestess. It's about just listening to their intuition. What does that mean? Because I'm thinking that Taurus has a pretty strong, we got Two of Swords. It kind of does say, no matter what this person is fantasizing about, missing about Taurus right now, if Taurus says, but I know that they maybe don't really match that well with me, even though they wish that they could, because they'd love to be kind of happy the way I am, but I don't know if they can be happy the way I am, because that's just not who they are. It almost says if Taurus has a need to kind of protect themselves from, you know, expecting this person to be able to like really connect in Taurus's life, we got a 10 of Pentacles and it's sideways. I think that this is not going to be the relationship that brings Taurus like their forever love story. And I think Taurus knows that intuitively. I think that this person, let me put it this way, soulmates can be people that we're in a classroom with. And even on this Hierophant card, this Taurus energy, we see a classroom. We've had the soulmate card come out twice in this, one time sideways. I kind of think Taurus looks at this person as somebody that is more or less part of Taurus's world, because it's like maybe they're going to learn something about life through me, through my experiences, and that's okay. Why can't they? Sure, they can learn about life with me. If they like the way my life is, cool, they can hang out, but I'm not going to probably put my money on them being able to live the way I do, or being this wonderful, harmonious relationship. Let me ask then, is there some other lover up ahead for Taurus? Seven of Wands. Um, and we have these people that are, fencing and practicing, and, this is like foil fencing. I kind of feel like, once again, Taurus has more than one great lover up ahead. Taurus has the other people to play with, dance with. Five of Wands. And this person is wearing a suit that's covered in the map. I think that we have a very worldly Taurus. We have somebody that is destined to meet a multitude of people with different ideas. Sevens and fives are numbers of change, which means Taurus's love life may be, they're going to have lovers that come from different cultures. We see the map here. They're going to experience different dances, different fencing partners. I almost feel like Taurus is way too worldly and interested and wanting to connect with others. I don't see them as somebody who's going to like take a straight path through life, where it's like I meet one person and that's who I marry and that's what it is. In this storyline, and I know this is like an unusual storyline for the Taurian energy, right? But this is what we got. Taurus does not have one pathway that leads them to one lover. Taurus will probably have, like, I'm not saying it has to be seven, but Taurus may very well have, a variable romantic history with different people, because of different experiences that they have in life that they share with different people. And I kind of think that that's who this Taurus is. They are not someone who's going to live a dull life. The people that they encounter, they're going to love for different reasons. And I'm not talking that they're going to sleep with, seven different people in the next 7, months or something. I mean, they could. No shame. You do what you want to do. But I'm saying it's more like Taurus has other connections that are going to be so valuable to them in life. And I think that this person is but one of a valuable connection in their life. But I almost think that Taurus is the one who is going to be more valuable to this person than vice versa, because I feel like they are being a tourist in Taurus's life. They have a fantasy of being with Taurus, being in a commitment with Taurus, but I don't really see that in this. I see them as somebody that Taurus accepts as, you're one of my soulmates. I care about you. I don't really expect you to stay, though. And that my feelings aren't hurt, because honestly, I think that there's other people I'm going to fall in love with and, fall in like with and have experiences with and share different segments of my life with. And I kind of already know that about myself. This is not a Taurus who's going to be staying in one spot. Taurus might have been a totally different person before. They might have been like, I'm in one commitment and that's all I do. But right now, this snapshot for this Taurus, they are very worldly, very like exploring different, artistic things, travels, things like that. And they're going to meet other people in their life that are going to fill their light with, experiences and light. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Bye, guys.